Right, y'all. So let's get to our guest that we're gonna bring on. So, are you an out and proud homosexual looking for a clothing brand that unapologetically celebrates its homosexualness? Are you looking to cover yourself in a queer line of t-shirts, tanks, and other glittery accessories? Well, here to discuss his brand of homosexual fashions and other things is the one, the only Eric Alon. Wait, hold on. Let me see if I could. Yay, I did it. Okay. I thought I was going to hit the wrong damn button. Wait, hold on. Let me take you off mute. All right, Beyonce, everybody go mute. Okay, how you doing? Can you hear me? I did take you off mute.
Can you hear me? I can't hear you yet.
Yes, I can hear you. Wait, what happened? Hold on, let me try to go out again and let me bring you in. Oh, I was not expecting. Okay, this looks better. Can you hear me now? Don't tell me I done messed up the situation because I left you on mute. Okay, let me try it again. Did you mute me? And you hear me now?
Mm-mm.
What's going on? Okay, you may have to go out and then come back in then because I don't know what happened. You probably can't even hear me. Well, he can hear me. Hold on. Uh,
Did we try something?
Hello?
Ah, hey there.
Yay! What had happened?
I have no idea. I mean, we did the test run and everything. I'm not sure what.
I don't look. This is the first time I actually brought a guest on through the new show and everything that I'm doing. So, thank you for coming on, Eric Alon. Great to see
Thank you for
you.
having
I know it's been a long time since we
me.
actually seen each other in person because I know you're out in Wilton Manors, correct?
Actually, I'm in Miami.
Oh, come on, Miami. I never actually been to Miami. But so want to know how was your pride so far? Because
It was really, really fun. Thank you. Yeah. Lots to do. Lots of. I was busy most of Pride. Busy
you
with
want to
the
let
Rico
you want to
Starr.
elaborate on which oh, okay, sorry, go ahead. Okay, so now even though it's July 2nd, which has been deemed gay Christmas Eve, because Madonna has a new album coming out tomorrow.
Yeah,
Um, are you excited for this new record?
I am. I've been eating up all the remixes, all the new stuff that's been put out there. It's amazing. And I told somebody the other day, I was like, I feel like this is the dance album we've wanted from Madonna for so long. Like, go back to your roots, go back to what we loved you in the first place for. I mean, all the other stuff is amazing and great too, but we want to dance with you. She made us dance, and I love that. So I'm really, really excited. One particular one that I'm looking forward to, I think it's called Love Bizarre or Bizarre Love, or maybe just Bizarre, but that Martin Garrix remix sounded
Yeah.
amazing. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it.
Yeah, same. I've been avoiding all the spoilers and all the other stuff, and I know we've been bombarded with so many remixes and all these different versions. I'm like, okay, I don't care about all that other stuff. Before I used to bombard myself with that because back in the day I used to just buy up a lot of back in the olden days we used to have record stores. I would buy up all the, EPs or the imports and the maxi singles and all the other stuff. But yeah, they don't do that like that anymore. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that Bizarre song. I'm also looking forward to hearing the full Danceteria track because I mean I wasn't around. I wasn't old enough to go to Danceteria, but hearing all the stories and everything about it, I'm just looking to experience that moment. But yeah, I do agree with you that it's been a long time. We definitely need dance music from her. because that's kind of like where it all started. And I know a lot of people say, well, Confessions was a dance record. Yeah, there was elements of a lot of dance in a lot of the songs, but it wasn't like a consistent, full out dance album. And I feel like that's what we're getting with it, especially when we're talking about like house music. And I consider
Mhm.
myself a house head.
Absolutely, me too.
All right, so even though because we talked about Bo DeMayo and all that other stuff and him being fired for the whole OF situation, I know that one of the things I've known about you is that you also perform in doing adult cinematography stuff. Me trying to be PG over here because I'm on the YouTube. So, but I know you also mentioned that when we had a conversation that you had also been someone who had lost your job because of things that you've been doing outside of your regular work situation. So I don't know if you wanted to talk about that.
You know, sure. I mean, it's. I am not ashamed of it. I'm proud of everything that I've done. I don't regret doing it. That's on them. I showed up to work every day. I performed well. Never any kind of performance issues or anything like that. So I realized that they were just holding me back. And quite honestly, what happened was is somebody actually reported me. So somebody saw it. So that clearly is like a gay person or something like that in the community and had it out for me. Whether they worked where I work or they didn't or they figured it out or whatever, that's what happened. But to be perfectly honest with you, it is the best thing that has ever happened. I all the time and the energy that I was dedicating to that job, which was going nowhere, I've been able to redirect and put it into Rico Starr. And I would say the last couple of months, it's grown significantly.
Hmm.
The output is much better. It's just I've gained so much from leaving that part of my life now, and I have so much more to look forward to. So I'm not even mad. I'm not even. Thank you, whoever you are, if you're out there
Hmm.
listening, because I'm sure you are. Um, Thank you, and also fuck you.
Oh, that's one of
Oh,
my favorite lines. Thank you and fuck you. When I always when I think about that. But yeah, I agree with you on that because both when I was younger, I've always felt like, whenever I got fired or lost a job, whatever the case was, I used to always be mad, like, well, damn, what did I do wrong? And this, that, and the other. But I think when you get older, you start to look at it as, you know what, that firation was a blessing in disguise. And literally, it's the universe saying, first of all, bitch, you wasn't even happy being at this job in the first place. I'm doing you a favor. You may
yeah,
not see it, but
100.
overall, down the road, when you really had that moment where you sitting with yourself and you kind of realize, you know what? You wasn't even happy there anyway. So now I'm just going to take all this energy and focus it into my passion, which for you, you say it's Rico Starr. Now, speaking of Rico Starr, let's talk about her. So, what made you want to create Rico Starr?
You know, since I was a kid, like I remember I grew up in LA and there were these things like swap meets, is what we call them in LA. They're kind of like flea markets.
Hmm.
And as a kid, I remember my mom, she would like paint glitter on shirts and things like that and do stuff. And I was always kind of fascinated by that. I kind of liked it, but I couldn't do that so much because I was a boy and my very macho Latin father was not having that. So that's kind of where I think the initial idea of like bedazzling and glitter and stuff kind of came to me. But then it really happened when I was into music and I was recording my own music and I needed fun clothes and I needed stage wear and I needed stuff and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find what I wanted. So I would either have to somehow make it or figure it out somehow and I would just end up doing it on my own. So then, time passed, whatever. And then I just had the idea there's all these gay shirts, there's all these funny slogans, all this stuff, but nothing's in glitter, nothing's in rhinestones, and nothing's in any kind of metallic. I'm like, okay, so how do I make that work for me? So what do I want to talk about? What do I want to say? What do I want to present to the world? And then it was just everything in all of my designs is literally authentically me,
Hmm.
um, in one way or another. So I thought, let me just start with a few pieces, despite people telling me it was a waste of time and that I shouldn't do it and what am I doing and blah, 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 blah. I went ahead and it seems to, people love it. So it was born out of something that I needed that I couldn't find. And I think that's what's been my niche because I
Hmm.
don't know of any of the other major brands doing rhinestones and metallics and glitters and stuff like that. You know, strictly focused on that.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Because you know, well, I don't know if you know, but I do have one of your shirts. It has Madonna's name on it what is it, in rhinestones actually, which
Rhinestones.
I will be wearing tomorrow when I do my whole Madonna Day
Uh,
situation breakdown, which will be the album, and then of course I'll be doing a separate video where people come in and talk about their favorite songs, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. I do need that shirt that you have, that's the I Feel So Free shirt. I definitely need that one. But because I saw that, I was like, oh bitch, I need that one. But yeah, I do agree. Like I like a lot of your t-shirts and all the looks because I've gone on other gay websites and I'm like, I'm not really rocking with these clothes. But I just like the overall, I think I like your stuff because it just feels unapologetically homosexual. And with what was it? Wait, hold on, because I was like, there's particularly one of the type of shirts that I like. Oh, wait, is it this one? Hold on, because I don't know. Well, I'm sure everybody could see. I am going on your website. I like shirts that's kind of like these, where it says "lick my pits," which I which I well, I have a friend.
is
Shout out to
one of my
Miguel.
very that's one of my very first ones and a bestseller.
Yeah, so I always like shirts that kind of look like this, especially that cut, because one of the things is when I go out, I work out at the gym and stuff, you always wanted to accessorize your best assets, which for me, I always think like it's my arms and my shoulders. And you always want to have like that whole V cut look or whatever. So I just like the overall design of how everything looks. It's very sexy, it's very unapologetic gay, but it's also got it's got a little masculinity up in there. So I was
Absolutely.
like, yeah, and I know some people are like, well, these shirts is kind of expensive. Look, that means that the fabric is gonna last long. That's why it's so pricey.
You
But
know, when I get confronted with that, and it's always my response to stuff like that is always like, look, you want quality or do you want fast? Because if you want fast and cheap, you can go to Sheen. My stuff is not Sheen or big market, whatever. We're not Amazon either. Every
mhm,
piece is crafted, made to order. It's not, bought in bulk or anything like that. It doesn't come from somewhere else. When somebody places an order, that's what puts us into motion. So, it's you're paying for the quality. People are constantly commenting that it's the best shirt they have, that they survive washing, and that includes
mhm,
none of the glitter falling off, none of the rhinestones falling off, the metallics losing their shine. So
mhm.
yeah, they're a little more expensive, but they're 100% worth it, and I won't apologize for putting a quality product out there.
Exactly. And I will say that yes, I've had that shirt for probably over 2 years. So and the rhinestones are still on it. So he ain't lying.
I
Now,
mean, there's some pieces from very popular clothing lines, gay included, that you put in the wash and it's done. You wore it once and then it just completely unravels. I won't say who, but I've seen it and I know that exists. This does not happen with my.
mhm, mhm. Now, question: do you make hats?
Funny you mentioned that. I will be getting into hats. Yes, like caps, baseball caps, and things like that. Yes.
Yay! Because I want to give you some ideas. So, and then you could just send them to me. So I was like, are you aware of the artist by the name of Slater?
Oh my God, I love her. It's so funny because I liked her when nobody liked her. And I'd be like, oh, she's so cool and blah, 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 blah. And they're like, what is that?
Oh no,
And
I
now,
was a fan.
oh,
I'm a
she's
fan too. Ever
everywhere.
since ever since Troubled Paradise, like we're gonna take it way back to the first
And she's
album.
a Miami girl.
Is she? I always thought she came from St. Louis, but she
I'm pretty sure. Well, oh, okay, hold on. I am almost certain she's a Miami girl. I could be wrong, but I thought so because I remember thinking, oh, I love her. And she's from Miami. So I could be wrong.
okay, so we have the worst girl in America era. I need you to do the gay version. So we need hats of worst boy in America or worst gay in America. We need some of those caps. And I want to wear them and all that stuff. So there's some ideas. I gave you that. You can have
All
it
right,
for free as
writing
long
it.
as you send me them hats for free.
Got it.
Because I was thinking of that the other day. I was like, oh, who could design hats or whatever the case was. So I'm like, if you want to take that idea and make those hats, so it's like the gays can actually have their version of, so because she is going to be touring, and if there's some gays out there that want to actually have those caps, that's kind of like let the gays come and let's make America gay again and all that other stuff. So if we can have that type of stuff, and the gays will just be out here just living their life with the innate caps or whatever, then so be it. So yeah, speaking of Rico Starr, we already talked about Rico Starr. So you mentioned earlier that you got into a lot of what you're doing because you were doing music and you didn't have any clothes and stuff to wear, which I always find relatively interesting. Similar to you and Slater, since we brought her up, she was saying that yeah, when she didn't have money or whatever the case was, that when she was out performing, she would design her own stuff. So, um, I know you from music or whatever because okay, let me take the website off. Anyway, so how we met through music is that you went to this little party that was happening yearly over in New York called Madonna Worship, which was at Stonewall, I believe, at the time.
Hmm.
And you was up on stage looking all sexy and stuff, singing deeper and deeper about Madonna. So, and I was like, that's how we met, grew our friendship and all that other stuff. So, I know you mentioned that you were doing music and stuff in the past, but I know like Rico Starr is basically taking over in your extracurricular activities. Would music be something that you would be considering getting back into?
It is. In fact, I talked to my producer ever since leaving my job. I actually reached out to my producer. I'm like, you know what? I have some time. It's been a while. I do miss it. I miss every aspect of performing. Every aspect. The rehearsal, the time, the dancing, the just the preparation, everything. I love it. And so yeah, there's absolutely I would love to do something. Maybe if it's just a little EP, maybe, a couple of dance songs and a ballad or something like that. But I definitely have that on my radar.
And we definitely need that because we've been having these conversations on the show so many times about that we need some gay artists out here that are making unapologetically gay music. I mean, we have a few people. I mean, everybody wants to talk about the Troye Sivans and the Sam Smiths, or whatever, but we also have those actual queer artists. I mean, Sir Ari Gold, may he rest in peace. Kevin Aviance is still making music. There's an artist by the name of Jordy that's been making some really good pop music. Who's the other one? Tom Aspall. He's been making some cute stuff too. So we got some of the gays out here still making music. We ain't gonna talk about Jussie Smollett and them vocals the other day at Harlem Pride, but for the most part, the gays is out here making music. So it's good to hear that that would be something that you're considering getting back into.
Speaking of that, I do want to highlight Bright Light, Bright Light. He was
Oh
on,
yes, him too.
and he wore a Rico Star disco ball shirt on stage, as well as did a photo shoot in the pink triangle, pink pride shirt. So that was really, really nice to see.
Yeah, especially when there's artists out here who are wearing your designs. I know that that definitely would make me gag if I was a designer and somebody was out here wearing our stuff because I do feel like the gays definitely need to be out here who are artists making wearing clothes that would be specifically geared towards them instead of having to be like, well, I got to go break the bank to go wear something from some other designer, or you have somebody make your clothes, like we hear from some of the drag race girls where they giving their money to some of these designers and y'all don't be making their shit, and then they got to go and figure out how to get their stuff made. We've heard those stories many a times.
Speaking of
So,
Drag Race, one of the shirts that's actually in the fetish collection right
mhm.
now, just launched today, was on Drag Race. Season 6, episode 2, I think.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, do you want to talk a bit about the fetish line? Because I know you did launch that yesterday. I don't know if we talked about it. I mean, I was showing stuff from your website.
Yeah,
Um,
that was actually the campaign. So yeah, sure. It's basically a line of, I guess, just kind of nothing new within the community, I don't think, but it's more of like kind of just putting it out there, something that maybe people don't talk about as much, but it's a fetish line. It goes into like water sports, chastity, piercings, pit obsession, all of that fun stuff.
oh, we love a little water sports on this show.
Um, yeah, BJ Hammer, he is also an OnlyFans model. He was kind enough to pose for some of the photos for the campaign, and which we actually shot at the Eagle in Wilton Manors. So thank you to the crew. Thank you to BJ. Thank you to our amazing photographer, Patty, and also Diego Anza. He's also in the campaign. Yeah, he looks amazing as well.
All right. So, anything else you want to add before I let you go?
Um, I guess thank everybody for the support, the kindness, the love, all the amazing reviews. Um, and I do want, you know, it, Rico Star, yes, it's a for-profit, company or whatever, but um, I believe in our community. I believe in everything that we stand for, that everybody has the right and the obligation to, not obligation, but I guess the right to feel seen, heard, understood, appreciated, and loved. And that's what Rico Star is all about. We're putting it out there. We're putting out things to make people feel seen. And along with that, we also give back. So every purchase through Rico Star, whether it's wholesale to the different stores like Cram Chicago, Circus of Books in North Hollywood, Creative Mail here in Miami, um, we donate to trans charity organizations as well as LGBT suicide prevention. So that's something that both are close to my heart and that I am able to give back to.